Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we're going to take a look at the 2005 United States 5-cent coins. They had two different coins in 2005. They had the American Bison, which is this one here, and then they also had the Ocean and View, Oh the Joy. These were both from the Westward Expansion set where they made 4 different nickels. So in 2004 they had the Peace Pipe, and then they had the Keelboat, and then in 2005 they had the Ocean and View and the American Bison, and this is the back of it, of course. It says United States of America across the top, E pluribus unum here, 5 cents. In 2005 they made 448 million in Philly. They made 487 million in Denver. So we can tell what this is, but first I want to show you over here, and that's an N-E-N, and that's Norman E. Nemitz right there. And then over here, it's really hard to see on this coin, but you can probably see that there's a J and an F there, and that's for Jamie Frankie, who was the other engraver. So you've heard something about one of these coins that's worth a lot of money, and PCGS calls it the Speared Bison. It was sold for about $2,600, which is amazing value for such a recent coin. The Speared Bison has a line that goes through from right just behind the hump, comes down and goes out. This is a male bison, and you can see the horns on the front and the grass down below. So the Speared Bison, you can tell it very clearly, it's a line that goes through the body. This is, of course, the year 2005 where they changed the front of these coins. So in 2004, we had the old Jefferson on the front. It had been around since 1938, I think. In 2005, they changed it around. It says, "In God We Trust" in front of Jefferson. In script here, cursive if you want to call it that, it says Liberty. Down under the Liberty is the P, that's the Philadelphia Mint, and there's the 2005. Now, once we turned it over, we knew it wasn't going to be a Speared Bison. And why is that? Because the 2005 Speared Bison is only on the Denver Mint coin. Let's see if we can find a Denver Mint coin. There we go. And notice that this is a little bit different finish than the used coins that we had. So there's another Philly there. Let's see. There's a really beat up Philly. So these have a quite different finish on them. Even when these were new, they never looked like this. That's because the uncirculated mint sets had something called the satin finish on them. And that's what you see here, the satin finish uncirculated mint sets. If we look down at the very bottom of this one, we see some initials too. We see right there and right there some initials. And that's for Joe Fitzgerald over here, the JF. That's not John Flanagan that's on the old coins. And then right over here you see kind of one that's a little hard to see, and that's Don Everhart. Now Don Everhart has a couple different initials. Well, they look a little different to me on different coins. So there's a D and the E for Don Everhart. So Don Everhart and Joe Fitzgerald are the engravers of the front of these coins. Just real sweet. Look at the eyes, almost like some of those old Roman statues. The lips apart, the nose, the hair coming back. So this one is a D, but unfortunately does not have the spearing on it. It does have some lines there, and so I mean maybe that's kind of in the same area that the spearing occurred. If you get this coin in this shape with a satin finish, it's worth about $4, either a P or a D. There is another kind of finished coin that's available, and that's of course this one. When you see this one, you know exactly what it is. It's not going to be a Speared Bison on this one, but there is some lines in all of these, so maybe that's where it came from. You see it says United States of America around the top, E pluribus unum here, 5 cents, make sure it's plural, the S, and then a little harder to see the initials on here because it's such a bright coin, but there's a Norman E. Nemeth, and there is the Jamie Frankie there, and then if we flip it over to the front, the Joe Fitzgerald and the Don Everhart on the front, and look at the finish on this coin. It's just so sweet. So this is not the satin finish. The satin finish is a different finish. Let me get that back up and show you. This is the proof finish. You know when you see the proof finish what you're going to see right there, and that is of course the San Francisco Mint. And look at that S. That's about as good a mint mark as you're ever going to get in your life. Just put on there really well. The San Francisco Mint coins, this one at proof 65, which it probably is, is worth about $6.50. On these ones, you're almost never going to see a PCGS Proof 65 on these, and that's because it costs more than $6.50 to get them to certify it. All right, so there's the San Francisco, or the Proof. Here's the Satin from Philadelphia. And then here are a couple of just regular old coins from the circulating environment that we just got ourselves. All right, have a great day from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Please subscribe to our channel if you can.